A pleasant good morning. Good morning to all of you. This is the local daily on Care Radio, FM 95.9. It comes on Thursdays and Fridays at 10:30 to 11:30, highlighting all of the papers, including the editorial, talking points that afford you the opportunity to call as well and have a say. It's been very long. It's good to be back stronger, moving forward. Thanks to all of you following this morning. My name is Princess Kamara, the usual presenter. Quickly, we make our first stop, and this time around is at the New Dawn newspaper, truly independent. Volume 16, number 42. The New Dawn newspaper is sold for $50 Liberian dollars. Stories at the front. Liberia denies border changes. Liberia denies border changes. Deplore security amid Guinea incursion affairs. Jetty rubber funds earns national praise. Quickly, we run at the back of the New Dawn, truly independent. It's good to have all of you watching this morning. And Momo Kiatamba says, good morning, following from Upper Catwell. It's good to have you, Momo. At the back of the New Dawn, truly independent. Let's see what happening. No institution above accountability. No institution above accountability. PAC finalizes major audit reports. You have the photograph of Senator Kamara M. Conan, the acting chairman of the Joint Public Accounts Committee, at the back of the New Dawn. Quickly, we run for the editorial. What's inside this paper? The New Dawn newspaper. On International Women's Day, Liberia honors the remarkable contributions of women who have shaped the nation's peace, democracy, and development. From grassroots organizers to national leaders, Liberian women have been central to ending conflict, strengthening institutions, and promoting unity. Liberian women represent 50.2% of the country's population and have been instrumental in shaping a nation's modern history. Their activism and leadership were central to ending Liberia's civil conflict, during which more than 200,000 lives were lost. It's good to have all of you following. During the civil unrest, a women's organization-led protests facilitated dialogue, mobilized communities to demand peace. Yes, to demand peace. Their persistence and moral leadership play a decisive role in reconciliation efforts, ensuring that the voices of ordinary citizens influence national decisions. Women have also advanced Liberia's democratic transformation through public service, civil society leadership, and advocacy for inclusive policy. They have helped burden our political participation in show governance that reflects the country's diversity across education, health, business, and community development. Women continue to drive initiatives that improve our lives and expand opportunities. Despite these achievements, significant barriers remain. Gender inequality, limited access to resources, and underrepresentation in decision-making continue to constrain progress. Their representation remains limited. As of 2024, women hold only 11% of seats in the Liberian legislature and 15.8% of ministerial positions, while just 20.4% of Liberian companies employ female senior managers. This is why on this day, Liberia must renew its commitment to ensuring women's full political, social, and economic participation. Supporting women's leadership is not only a matter of equity, but it also strengthens our democracy, deepens social cohesion, and accelerates sustainable development. Liberia owes a profound debt of gratitude to the women whose resilience and vision have safeguarded its peace and shaped its democratic foundation. As we celebrate them, the nation must continue to amplify women's voices, uphold their rights, and ensure their leadership remains central to Liberia's growth and stability. International Women's Day is both a celebration and a call to action. It's both a celebration and a call to action to recognize, empower, and support women whose leadership secures Liberia's present and strengthens its future. Malu Sejo, following from the show from Makeke. It's good to have you. Still with the new dawn. That's the editor. We move again, make another stop. This time around is at the Inquirer newspaper. Inquirer newspaper, volume 35, number 45. Inquirer newspaper is sold for $40 Liberian. Stories at the front of Inquirer. Troubling. FIA records in sabotage case missing. Troubling. Very troubling. Still with the Inquirer. Let's bring you story stop in the front. I'll share the video. Those of you following us live on KC and TV, it's good to have all of you. UMC, a call to protect transgender civil human rights. UMC, United Methodist Church, a call to protect transgender civil human rights. And you have Bishop Julius C. Trimble at the front of the Inquirer. ESO said alarms over contracting financing gap. We run at the back of Inquirer. Let's see those stories are up in the back of this paper. This is the local daily focus on Kia Radio, FM 95.9. It comes on Thursdays and Friday, 10:30 to 11:30, highlighting all of the papers, including the editorial. At the back of the Inquirer, Kamara shuts down a petroleum station in Maryland. G7 Plus urges UL students. Overhead bridge construction work intensifies in Monrovia. We bring you the editor of Inquirer. Let's see what's inside the Inquirer newspaper. The alleged rape of a 6-month pregnant woman in Maghibie County by police commander is a matter that strikes at the very core of Liberia's justice system and public trust. The gravity of the accusation, coupled with reported delays in investigation, demands urgent, transparent, and decisive action. Of course, the family's cry for justice, the family beg for justice, as reported, reflects not only their pain, but a growing concern among citizens. A great concern among citizens about accountability within the security sector when those entrusted to protect lives and uphold the law and accused of such grave misconduct. The integrity of the entire system is called into question. We called on the Liberia National Police to act swiftly, professionally, and without bias. Any perception of internal protection or undue delay must be avoided. The individual, regardless of rank or position, is above the law. We also urge medical authorities, including those at CH Rennie Hospital, to ensure that due process is followed while balancing the rights of the victim's family to timely information. Transparency in handling medical evidence is critical to maintaining public confidence. Our position is that as a primary danger of delayed justice, victims are left traumatized and in a state of limbo, unable to move with their lives while waiting for resolution. Delays in ongoing case without closure, we have seen over time can cause frustration, depression, and anxiety. We join the family in calling on national leaders, including Maghibie County lawmakers, to ensure that justice is neither obstructed nor politicized. Oversight institutions must rise to the occasion and guarantee that due process is followed to its logical conclusion. Delayed justice often described about maxim justice delay as justice denied for victims. In our view, carry severe consequences for victims. They accuse in society as a whole because when legal system fail to provide timely resolution, it erodes our trust in the rule of law. The caveat we are sounding is that the rape case of this 6-month pregnant woman should not be another side-flipping page in the history of gender-based violence, as delayed justice has the propensity to inadvertently give rise to vigilant justice, which severely threatens social cohesion when trust in official legal avenue is lost. Well, folks, that's the editor of Inquirer. Inquirer newspaper, volume 35, number 45. It's good to have you following this morning. We make another stop. This time around is at the newspaper, the nation's news since 1989. The newspaper, volume 36, number 231. The newspaper. The newspaper is sold for $40 Liberian dollars. With $40, you can get a copy of this one. Let's see what's happening at the front. A story stopping the front of the newspaper. President Joseph Boakai regrets death of Solomon George. Visits fallen lawmaker's family. President Joseph Boakai regrets the death of former District 7 lawmaker Solomon George visits fallen lawmaker's family. And you have the president in a photo right here along with family members. A Unity Party told to fire key officials as MPC sought violation of Code of Conduct. Unity Party told to fire key officials. And you have the Movement for Progressive Change, a political leader, Simon Freeman, at the front of the newspaper. Agriculture Bank, a near establishment, as built a West Final structure. And you have Joseph Kwato Jala, senator for Lofa County, at the front. Let's see what's happening at the newspaper. A story stopping the back of this paper. Volume 36, number 231. Nearly US 400K worth of narcotic seized. 170 suspects arrested in 2 months as LDEA releases drug statistics. Nearly US 400K, 400,000 worth of narcotics seized. 170 suspects arrested in 2 months as LDEA, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, releases drug statistics. Still at the front, a gender ministry hails a sentencing of 5 female traffickers. A gender ministry hails sentencing of 5 female traffickers. And you have Criminal Court A. Judge Roosevelt Zewili at the back of the newspaper. Ministry of Education distributes hygiene kits to students. 365-day national action plan to reduce maternal and newborn mortality. The photograph of the president's right here, President Joseph Yuma Boakai, at the back of the newspaper. Liberia entrepreneurs among over 3,000 African youth to benefit US 5K grant. Let's see what's inside the newspaper. The editorial. Corruption fight must not be undermined. In less than a week, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC, made 2 significant decisions in its ongoing efforts to combat corruption in the country, clearing 2 former officials of corruption-related charges. First, on March 2, 2026, the LACC announced the complete exoneration of Emma Miati Glasgow, the former Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture at NAFA, from allegations of corruption. The LACC found no evidence of criminal intent or fraud of liability regarding her management of projects funded by the World Bank. It is noteworthy that Glasgow had been suspended by President Joseph Yuma Boakai and made these allegations, leading some political analysis to suggest that her removal was part of a targeted campaign to displace her from supposedly secure position. Glasgow publicly declared her intent to defend her reputation, stating that all expenses compiled with the World Bank's procurement regulations and no objection procedures. Next, on March 6, 2026, the LACC reported that it found no probable cause to proceed with legal action against Nathaniel Magill, former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs and current Senator, Margibi County, concerning alleged corruption charges related to payroll partnering between 2018 and 2023. The LACC stated that the case was now closed, emphasizing that this clearance did not serve as an endorsement also of the specific inquiry. However, to the surprise of many, on March 9, 2026, the LACC seemed to reverse its earlier announcement, stating that Magill has not been exonerated from all corruption-related allegations, which should have been clarified from the beginning. Given these developments, we commend the Commission for taking steps to address corruption-related activities by at least initiating investigations into troubling allegations. Nevertheless, we believe that the way in which the LACC conduct these investigations will undermine the fight against corruption in Liberia. This publication holds the opinion that the LACC should only pressure investigation when it is confident that adequate evidence exists to investigation to support the allegations and lead to a full indictment, particularly when allegations involve members of the opposition. Vamuya M. Salif says, "Good morning, PK. I'm following from Broadview City. It's good to have you, Vamuya. Good to always have you following." Back to the editor, like Magill and Glasgow, who served as appointed officials during the WIA CDC administration that ended in 2023. Such actions could be perceived by the public as politically motivated rather than genuine efforts to tackle corruption. Politically motivated rather than genuine efforts to tackle corruption, especially when allegations do not advance to full court trials. Therefore, we urge the LACC to proceed cautiously and ensure it has sufficient facts and evidence to advance cases of public corruption to court for prosecution. Failing to do so would not only undermine the fight against corruption, but would also lead citizens to lose faith in the Commission's commitment to the cause. That's the editor of the newspaper, Sumo Harris. I'm following. It's good to have all of you following. This is the local daily on Care Radio. It comes on every Thursday and Friday at 10:30 to 11:30, highlighting all of the papers. We make another stop. This time around is at the Independent, Liberia's most investigative newspaper, the Independent, volume 23, number 696, 696. The Independent newspaper, Liberia's most investigative newspaper, is sold for $50 Liberian dollars. $50. You can get a copy of this one. Let's bring you stories up in the front of the Independent. KP team props diamond export at RIA intensities oversight mission. Security under pressure? That's the question. Is the security under pressure? The Guineans in crucial national food security controversy remain on the spotlight. You have the police IG Conan Gregory Coleman photograph along with the national food security right here at the front of the Independent. Quickly we run at the back. Let's see the story stop in the back of the Independent, Liberia's most investigative newspaper. Strengthening ties with U.S. Pay warns Liberia against playing victim on border crisis. Strengthening ties with the U.S. You have the former photograph, the photograph of a former Mines and Energy Minister, Women Pay. Remain in proximity. Pro temp Lawrence urges senators. Remain in proximity. Pro temp Lawrence urges senators. MCC, PCC launched joint medical outreach driving inclusive reform at LRA, Deputy CEO's gender training bills capacity, NEC, National Elections Commission, UN, Women Push Inclusive Democracy, authorities debunk false claims, Lofa County fast check clarifies. Let's bring you the editorial of the Independent newspaper. Was inside this paper. More mass, whoa, good energy. Thank you so much. Let's run for the editorial. Was inside the Independent. Liberia can no longer afford to treat national security defense as a secondary priority. In a world where security realities are shifting rapidly, the country's apparent limited national security, including the military capacity, has become an uncomfortable vulnerability that demands urgent attention from policymakers and citizens alike. Across the globe, nations, big and small, are investing heavily in their security forces, modernizing equipment, including drones, missiles, and strengthening strategic alliances. From global power to emerging regional actors, military preparedness is now seen as essential to safeguarding sovereignty and national interests. Liberia, however, risks being left behind in this new security landscape of nothing is done to address such critical challenge. The gap is particularly evident when compared to countries like Ethiopia, which has built a formidable defense structure through sustained investment and strategic focus, reinforced by the necessary political will. Ethiopia's enemy strength not only secures its borders, but also positions it as a key player in regional security matters. Liberia, by contrast, remains limited in both capacity and deterrence. This glaring disparity has real consequences. Recent tensions along Liberia's border with Guinea highlights how perceived weakness can invite provocation. A stronger, well-equipped, and more credible national security, along with its defense force, could serve as a powerful deterrent, reducing the likelihood of such incidents and reinforcing national confidence. Deterrence is a fundamental principle of national security. Countries that demonstrate the ability to defend themselves are less likely to be challenged. Unfortunately, sadly, Liberia's current posture does not send that message clear enough, leaving room for miscalculation by some neighboring states. In West Africa, the growing concern for strong and professional military in upholding national security and protection of territorial integrity in countries across Africa and beyond speaks volumes. In West Africa and the Sahel, countries are strengthening their security. Power that their respective armies in response to rising waves of terrorism, insurgency, and political instability. Liberia cannot remain complacent because of the so-called no money syndrome, while many of its neighbors proactively adapt to these involving new world and all geopolitical orders. Failure to prioritize and upsurge our national external and internal risks. Weak national security capacity not only undermines safety of the state, but also limits the government's ability to respond effectively to emergencies, including national disasters, civil unrest, just to mention few. Liberia's history adds another layer of urgency to the decision. During the colonial era, sufficient portions of territory were taken by European powers, notably France and the United Kingdom. Why these issues may seem settled, they remain part of the national consciousness and a reminder of the importance of defending sovereignty. If Liberia were even to revisit such historical claims, it will quickly face the reality that diplomacy alone is not enough. A credible defense capability is an essential complement to any claim of territorial rights. without it even legitimate claims risks being grossly ignored. Dismays are swept under the carpet. This is not to suggest that Liberia should pursue confrontation or ambitions with any of its neighbors. Our concern is totally far from such move. Rather, it's about ensuring that the country is not placed as at a disadvantage in an increasingly competitive and uncertain world in this era of technology advancement. Strengthening national security forces is about protection of nationhood, not aggression. Of course, increasing the national security budget is not without challenges. Liberia must balance its security needs with pressing demands in education, healthcare, infrastructure, agriculture, and diplomacy. However, national security is the foundation upon which all other developments rest. Without it, progress in other sectors can be easily undone. A strategic approach is therefore essential. Reduce huge political spending, and increase military or security funding that must be accompanied by reforms that promote transparency, professionalism, accountability, probity, and efficiency within the armed forces of the nation. Investment in training, technology, and intelligence capabilities will yield far greater returns than simply expanding troops numbers. Partnership with regional and international allies can also play a critical role by engaging in joint exercises, intelligence gathering, and sharing capacity building programs. Liberia can strengthen its defense posture without bearing the full burden alone. Equally important is the need for a national conversation on security. Citizens must understand that national security should not also be politicized, but a collective priority that affects the country's overall stability and future. The time for complacency has passed. Liberia must act decisively to close the apparent gap in its national security capacity. That's the editorial of the independent newspaper. And folks, this is our final stop. This is our last destination. I think so. All of you following. This time around, we make our final stop at the Front Page Africa newspaper. A Front Page Africa newspaper. Volume 19, number 56. Front Page Africa newspaper is sold for $40 Liberian. Stories at the front of the front page. Why lawmakers want Yeke Koluba out? Who weighs explosion of Representative Yeke Koluba over border remarks? Co-orders pushback. Why lawmakers want Yeke out? You have District 10 lawmaker Maserado County, Honorable Yeke Koluba at the front of the front page. Still at the front. Sources: a French president declines President Bouakar's request to mediate a Guinea-Liberia border dispute. Macron says no. French President Macron says no. And you have both presidents at the front of the front page. Interesting story. President Joseph Boakai wayfiled the French president. Both at the front. Quickly, we go at the back of front page. It's just sports, the passion of life. Folks, we take another break. We come back, we bring you details of our talking points, open up the lines, and interact with you. Stay right next. Let's run for this quick break to be back. Okay, many thanks for rejoining. Let's now bring you details of our talking point already here. And our talking point is from the Front Page Africa newspaper. Macron says no. French President Emmanuel Macron has reportedly declined a direct appeal from President Joseph Boakai to intervene in the escalating border dispute between Liberia and Guinea, according to multiple sources. The reported decision underscores what senior Liberian officials described as a carefully measured posture by Paris, reflecting both the evolving geopolitical realities in West Africa and France, increasing the cautious engagement in disputes involving Francophone states. The refusal, sources says, comes at a critical moment when Liberia had been seeking to leverage France's historical ties with Guinea to help de-escalate a situation marked by growing military presence and competing territorial claims along the shared border. The disclosure follows earlier reporting by Front Page Africa, which revealed that President Joseph Boakai had personally reached out to President Macron, urging him to use France's diplomatic influence to calm tensions with Conakry. According to insiders, the request was framed within the context of France's long-standing political and strategic role in Francophone Africa, particularly its historical relationships with Guinea. That outreach was later denied by France's ambassador to Liberia, who confirmed that communication between the two leaders had indeed taken place. Although the ambassador refrained from disclosing specific details, her acknowledgement reinforced the seriousness of Liberia's diplomatic overture and highlighted the urgency with which Monrovia is seeking international engagement. However, However, multiple sources on Wednesday says President Macron signaled a clear reluctance to intervene, particularly given the sensitivities surrounding Guinea's leadership under President Mamadi Doumbouya. According to officials familiar with the exchanges, the French president emphasized the importance of non-interference in matters directly involving Conakry, a stance what they interpreted as an effort to avoid further straining already fragile relationships between France and Guinea. One senior source described the response from Paris as firm, calculated, and reflective of a strategic shift, noting that France appears increasingly hesitant to insert itself into disputes that carry the risks of being perceived as infringing on the sovereignty of African states, particularly in regions where its historical role has come under renewed scrutiny. Another source elaborated further, stating that the communication made it clear that while France values its relationship with Liberia, President Macron is operating within a framework that prioritizes restraint and regional ownership of conflicts. The implication was that Liberia's concerns are understood, but the expectations that Africa-led institutions should take precedence in resolving such disputes. President Macron's position is consistent with a recalibration of France's Africa policy during his presidency, which began in 2017 and entered a second term in 2022. Relationships between Paris and Conakry have remained strained since the 2021 military took over, led by President Doumbouya, part of a wider regional trend characterized by a decline in French influence, prolonged military transitions, and the emergence of new global partnerships across West Africa. Liberia's appeal to France formed part of a wider diplomatic push by President Boakai to contain the border crisis before it escalates into a regional conflict. Officials in Monrovia view external mediation as a crucial complement to ongoing regional efforts, particularly given the fragile security dynamics within the minor river basin and the historical complexity of Liberia's boundary with Guinea. The roots of the dispute lie in long-standing land issue. The Liberia-Guinea border compound by overlapping local claims and the economic significance of territories along the frontier. In recent weeks, tensions have intensified with reports of increased troop deployments and confrontations heightened fears among residents in affected areas. Well, folks, that's it. Let's hold it right there. Let's hold to give you more time. I want to give you more time. I'll take more of your call. You listen to the talking point. I read you the talking point. French President Emmanuel Macron has reportedly, allegedly, I say confirmed, reportedly declined a direct appeal from President Joseph Boakai to intervene in escalating border dispute between Liberia and Guinea, according to multiple sources within the executive. What do you make of this? The latest from the president and that of French President Emmanuel Macron. Let's look at this entire border crisis. What do you make of it? With this from this is still diplomatic engagement. Yeah, we're still making effort. Government is still pushing, making all effort as to see how best they can handle this entire crisis at the border. What do you make of it? And now French President Emmanuel Macron don't want to get involved. French and Guinea, both countries, both France and Guinea, work together. What do you make of this? I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to open up the line. This is your show. This is the show that affords you the opportunity to call and speak to those burning issues. The time is now. 0777 959 959 0880 982-719. Let's start to pick your calls. 0777 959 959 0880 982-719. Let's hear from you. French President Emmanuel Macron has reported the declined a direct appeal from President Joseph Boakai. We go to the lines and pick your call. First caller, line one. Good morning.
Yes, hello. This is for TV calling from Singapore here.
Yeah, good to have you. Let's hear you quickly.
Yes, for me, why we have to do that? The way you want it, we take it hard because we can be only one situation, and ourselves we have to go to school, do something, everything is copy, everything going. Also, we need to take it according to the authorities.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, my brother. 0777 959 959 0880 982-719. I'll keep the calls through. Let's start to pick more of your calls. French president. Someone said we'll take it away. Guinea won't take it. Someone said I get it. People learn today. Okay, now let's run to the line to hear from this person. Line one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Dana here, Kotolo.
Yeah, Kotolo. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, quickly. To my own point of on the show. This escalation of French president driving his claim of negotiating and all that thing. For me, it gave me a raising tension because I just came from Lova and I saw I just came from Lova. I went to Zozo. I just came back not too long, I think, or 2 days ago. I saw how the people behave there. And then, like bring our people that come, who know where we came from. We don't want war. We don't want this. We don't want to be peaceful. Yeah, we want to be peaceful. But it's not going a way of peace. Yeah.
It's going the other way.
We don't have much investment in Guinea. We only go in Guinea to go back. What began our people then, that here, there are people that here that, we are into marriage too, and something happened tomorrow. So they have to think twice. Yeah. They really have to think twice. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll go to line one. Okay, this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you from Upper Cover this morning.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Thank you for your next talking point this morning. For what the government is doing is very good. The diplomatic step they are trying to take. But now the French president has everything is set from there. He said you don't want to get involved in something that Dumaya is carrying on because Dumaya was he overthrew. So at this time now you don't want to get involved in whatever that Dumaya is doing. I think we can find the next means. Thank you for your topic.
Okay, thank you too for calling 0777-959-959-0880-982719. French President Emmanuel Macron has reportedly declined a direct appeal from President Joseph Boakai to intervene in the escalating border dispute between Liberia and Guinea, according to multiple sources within the executive. At this point in time, what do you make of the crisis? The diplomatic way, is it yielding results? Are we seeing the outcome for all of these diplomatic engagement? First, the president went to Guinea, held meeting with Dumbuya, Sierra Leone president. We go back to the line. That's hear from this person. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Good to have you. Let's hear you.
Oh yes, I'm covered the Audi. I'm driving towards Tuesday. There was a guy here. We had a big diplomatic as the president already started it. And Liberia and Guinea, we are of the same brother. We are neighboring country. We spend years in exile from Liberia here when the war came. We went to Guinea. The Guinea holds us up. And Alexander knows that you see the current agriculture minister is graduated from there. He has to even material. The CSA director graduated in Guinea. So Guinea people, we and Guinea are the same people. So they see a lot for the diplomatic steps so that this thing can be ironed up. We don't want war. And again, that Guinea cannot just cross by themselves like that. And if the people want to increase Honorable Yeke Koiba, yes, we just tell them no. But let us find a cause. Why make the Guinean to cross? Let us find that particular cause. Okay. In that paragraph, don't find a cause why they do cross. Before they can impeach the government, let them investigate from all the down the line there. What made the people to cross? Don't find the reason, the cross.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Still picking your calls. This person will go back to the line. Good morning. Morning. Good to have you. Your name and where you join me from?
It's my home pleasure. My name is Prince A. Cassell, and I call you from the West Bank of Logan Town this morning.
Let's hear you, Prince.
Basically, for me, I believe that Liberia has lost internal control. That's why external influence is lacking.
Sorry. Hope you call back. Yeah, call back, bro. 0777-959-959-0880-982719. Those are the numbers to call to be a part of the show this morning. Let's speak to those burning issues. French President Emmanuel Macron has reportedly declined a direct appeal from the president. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, that call us seem not ready. This person, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, morning. Good to have you. Let's hear you.
My name is David. I'm calling from Benson Street.
Yeah, David.
You know, our leader, our leader. In the end, because they do life, and one life they get. Today, let's to settle A, let's we will settle A. Yeah?
Okay.
And one we will settle A.
Okay, my brother.
Okay.
That's your view. That's the good thing of this for this platform. Let's hear you. Morning. Good morning. Okay. 0777-959-959 at 12 minutes past 11. Shut there at 11:30. We wind down to return on tomorrow for another edition. We have tried. The president keep trying. Recent time here meeting in Guinea. Yeah, with Dumbuya. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Yeah, where you join me from?
This is Prince Cornell calling from Balance Estate.
Yeah, Prince. There you you.
My sister, it's one. The police didn't say that put on that the executive marshal will want us to the House of Representatives. Beat all of it. They say I'm going to go back. Because just imagine, as you were saying, Labrador is very poor when it comes to the military aspect. Can you imagine our whole military, we put it together, we even refer to you're talking about you're looking for diplomacy before you recruit. If the AFL supposed to recruit, They say people who get degree, people who get high school, people who in certain level. But now, due to the unfolding circumstances that are unfolding in our country, they are requesting for emergency recruitment. So emergency recruitment on who? On the citizen. So let the people, let the representative, the senator go there to go in. When they be all of them, that's all. They will know how to be done as salary and inform the unfold of Labrador. Because they wouldn't know. That's it.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name and where you join me from?
My name is Joshua. I'm calling for the job here.
Yeah, let's hear you, Joshua.
You the problem with the country, the men where he power the children were at your putting on control. Now the children they pull up so issue now they going to get Korban to get Korban. Where all that one for. The statement that you get Korban me or now wrong, but he will be where you get Korban do it not talking now I'm making you can do all that. But the border issue. Now they put it control there, they see how bad to put it on control. Then they go to get Korban to get Korban. The other one is necessary. If you want to have in a country that place you supposed to go to put it on control, you go to come president now. The message is here. So where will you go now to 17 now? Then how people now will get to the border now? People going out of hand in the country now.
Oh, yeah, troubling time.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll go back to the line, take more of your calls. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Walk away from your monitor, please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's hear you better.
I'm David.
Yeah, David, you live. Let's hear you.
Oh, sister. The problem is this that let's take the place. That would maintain the peace. Let's take the land.
They will take the land, will maintain the peace.
That will maintain the peace. We don't go back to what we from.
And they will come again and take another land, they will maintain the peace.
No, go to maintain the peace.
Okay, then they take the whole country will maintain the peace. We'll go different place with the peace. Okay, thank you so much. Interesting one there. Morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Momo Matui Kataba, calling from Oboka this morning.
Yeah, Momo, let's hear you.
So the issue there is people looking at the president now to be the, I call it, I can say the victim. Because in the case that they're expecting him to pull us on troop, soon the money to leave Moniville and go to Nova Canada and start firing, go and take Guinea Boys and go back to their country. They get work so. If you look at that area between Liberia and Guinea, there's a small water. Guinea people become children like Liberia going Guinea children Guinea people. We and Guinea are neighbors. The president is trying to find means to do it diplomatically for the politician and taking it to do it politics. Let the president do that, president do that. Just because not do it, just because someone that nurture or educated.
So let me ask you, Kiatama. I think I got your name right? Kiatama. So the president went to Guinea. Those of you calling, just hold on, please. The president went to Guinea. He had a meeting with the Guinean president, Dumuya, and Sierra Leone president. After the meeting, all of us celebrated. The president came back, yet still the Guinean soldiers remain at the border. The president tried another measure. He went to the French president, Emmanuel Macron. It's reported that he declined. What else can the government do? I think,
this morning I monitor one of our radio station. I'm mistaken. Okay, FM. The representative now is trying to go to ECOWAS to take it to ECOWAS too. Okay. Because we are in a regional body. We can just get us some money.
Try all the diplomatic measures. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's good to have all these kind of conversation. And this is your platform. I'm still taking calls. I'll go back to the line. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Melvin calling from the back of Fana Ministry.
Good to have you, Melvin. That's it.
Yes. Yeah, the president Joseph Baba finished selling our so just forget about it.
The president finished selling it.
Yeah.
The president will sell and the president will be pushing, fighting to take it back. You see all the different kind of diplomatic means.
I think I just had that
yeah. Okay, that's your view. That's the beauty of this show is you speak from your mind. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is the coming Patrick Fire, one of the son of Rufa Kante.
Okay, my brother, let's hear you.
Yeah, you know what the issue, proceeding this way. Our president, will know that he's an old man. When issue like that in your country, where you born from, when issue like that come up, get around the people and tell the Labrador for what brought that particular issue, what make it to happen. Then all can put together and we'll see how we can handle it. But we're not getting no idea what make them men to cross the border and come to our own side. No one not saying nothing. We're just passing around. We're going to president, we're going to other countries to settle things. What brought the issue on? I want to know. Then my phone can get to it. But nobody not saying nothing.
Nobody not saying anything.
Nobody not saying nothing. It's kind of moving crazy. Speak up, wake up for here. He go and hallelujah, sing song, enjoy the Labrampo money with Thomas Father and all of them. What's wrong with the people?
Okay.
What okay with the country now? We're missing job we are, man. We're missing it too much, man.
Okay, let's hold you there. Still taking more of your calls. That job we are going to do. That is diplomatic means. Folks, it's interesting this morning. 07779599590 08809827119. We go back to the line. Take more of your calls. This morning. Morning, your name and where you join me from?
I'm Melvin and David. I join you from Bellevue.
Melvin, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, although I didn't follow the conversation from the earlier state, but my input has to do with let Liberia be patient enough to go through the diplomatic process. So we are tired with war, my dear.
Okay.
We are very, very tired with war.
All right, my brother. Thank you. We are tired with war. That's it. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I've been following your show, and I just think I want to let people know. The opposition that claims to be the opposition that trying to make things look different in the country. You and who stands to benefit a worker in the country? The border that Guinea will shoot will not only go to United Party people, but just for all Liberians. So if you are Liberian and you say you're a patriotic citizen, if you can support your country in terms of these dark days, you acting as if to say you're not Liberian, you preaching politics, you trying to bury the truth and bring all kind of thing. Anything happen here, we always feed it. Nobody will be exempted from it. So that all I get to say this morning.
Okay, thank you. This is the platform that affords you the opportunity to speak out on those burning issues. I'm still taking more of your calls until 11:30. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Everton.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Calling for joining me. Those that are supporting the Geneva violence happening between Liberia and that of Guinea. Those are people that are working, and there are people that also that they don't have a family in Liberia. So you as an individual who love your country at heart and so dearly, you supporting some of these things that will lead to a problem. I don't see anything there. I just called to
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for calling this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
I'm calling from Chris Cook. I'm calling from Georgia. Yeah. What issue of this whole Guinea issue?
Yeah.
Our president is going the right way by taking the diplomacy because the new generation, for me, I'm 25 years of age. We don't experience war, but our parents didn't experience war. They talk about war, how difficulties in World War VIII. So we don't need any conflict between Guinea and Liberia. So now our president take it to the right way to see how best Guinea can leave our border. So we should maintain the peace. And if we maintain the peace, we will know that Guinea and Liberia, we are one. That's what I feel, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll take this person. Good morning. Morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah. Morning. My name is Ibrahim Johnson and I call you from Carwell.
Yeah, Abby, let's hear you.
Yeah. So my point is I only want to ask our Liberian people So the opposition will get their own opposition for bad things. They are opposition. What they are staying in this situation right now? The Joshua, the Arizona, what are they doing to control the issue that is going on? So the only opposition will time for election, but then opposition will avoid need them. Everybody only say only Joseph Boka. So I keep wondering why. So they only get time for politics, they don't get time for the country. So when worker now, you be president or you be representative. If you can protect what your representative, there's a time that the politicians ought to protect their political stuff. They ought to stand for the country. You're a worker, there will be no Georgia president, there will be no Joseph Boka president, there will be no Arizona Community president. Who stands to benefit a worker? You say you won't come back. You are saying you want to Joseph Boka from them. But what are they doing? What are they doing to control the problem now that we're into? But we get news for them after the issue. We get news for them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 077-959-959 0880982-719. We go back to the line. This person, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Okay, I just want to make time to put on this morning. What is going on? Everyone are on their knees praying. This doesn't require, falling and food. If Liberian gets best now, take action. And the Guinean gets best, they react to the and some are having tasted war, we having experienced war. But the way our parents sat down and explained it to us is very bad. So we don't want war. We are young Liberians, we are trying to, put our lives together. We don't want to go back again. So this thing is not only relying on one person. It's not because it's a for the other party or you're not going to the other party. Instead of all just pray to God for this thing to just be settled. It's not all about party belief. We are having to say war and we are burning our children. We don't want to run around with our children the way our grandparents run around with our brothers. But we need to do war. So we beg. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much too as well. This person, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Good to have you. Name and where you join me from?
I'm Cyrus Gibson. I join you from Nipple Street.
Yes, Cyrus. Let you quick.
Yeah. From your caller that just left the line before the person that just called.
Yeah.
I want to make something clear to them. This particular threat now, let us not politicize everything by asking what are the opposition doing. The opposition will not function only when it comes to things that can honor the peace of the country, because the president that is in power now, he took the oath to protect and defend the territory of the state. But now, any other thing, the president now was to call on the opposition community to sit and discuss on how best to handle the situation. But I heard the brother asking what the opposition is doing if only it is time for election before they come to say they want to contest. I don't think he's thinking in the right way. If the president himself did not call the leader of the opposition and say, what can we do to resolve the matter, then I don't think that they can function on their own. Thank you.
Okay, that's a view. This person, morning. Good morning.
Hello, my sister.
Morning. Let's hear your name and where you join me from.
I'm Kofi Kwanzaa. I'm calling you from Cow Factory.
Yeah, Kofi, let's hear you.
The problem here is that holding and pulling can solve the problem. If anything happens, because people want the president to go and just put soil outside and go to what they're not supposed to do. Their country, we have to be careful how we do things. If the people say they can't leave the land, if the president can, all the diplomacy, let Waka get in a piece of land and we forget about it. And the only thing we can do, we build bridge between our whole place and just close that whole place and be on our side, we be on our side. Because if we can get a president's chance, anything sparkle, there will be no Jawia, there will be no Alexander Kumi, there will be no CDC, there will be nothing. Every one of us will be here to start here at the end of the day. We'll go further in different place. I keep monitoring the radio station, people defending here, people defending here, people defending here. All we need to do is to get together as Liberians. If there's something our internal in the country, we can make noise among ourselves.
But now we are talking about different people on our land and they don't want to move. So it's time that all Liberia come together and forget about all the things we holding, putting it on. Let's put everything aside and see how best we can handle the issue.
Thank you.
If the people can listen, the whole country will come together and protest that land to the people will be in peace. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 29 minutes are past 11. Let's see whether we can squeeze in. Just this final person here, final caller. You the final caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mama.
I'm okay. Final caller. Let's say it quickly. No time.
I'm calling for Keba. But the whole channel are going on from between Guinea and Liberia now. My own view right now. Now the Liberia government be both to all the jail petrol. Then talk down to Togo town to early town. Up to now, people now cross down there. They've been doing a normal thing there down there. What now? So now they can't pick all the Liberia police. They need to donate. We now know what they get in the pickup for. If possible, they get in the pickup to do transfer. They will give our land to them, then they will give a car. So that the government can't want to tell the truth.
Okay.
We don't want no nothing in the country.
Thank you. Yeah. Want you to be the final, but this person be on the line. Let's hear you finally. Morning.
Yeah. Good morning, sister.
Yeah, morning. Let's hear you. Seconds.
Yeah. You see, all the people are talking in the presidency for. I don't think so. The means that the president is taking is the only means that we can take. Guinea and Liberia will then go assisting for long. I'm a corner even talking about sister. We all need to be there. The Guinean using our water, we using our water. The same money they're talking about, they can do mass on that place, for your mass on that place.
Okay.
Yeah, so the same thing happening, they couldn't be Ome Bokala will be the cause. So the opposition is slow down.
Okay, that's it. Every good thing must come to an end. 11:30. We wind down the curtains. I have to return on tomorrow for another edition of the program, The Local Daily. I'm not picking any more calls. Let's keep all of the phone off. It's always good to be here, and thanks to all of you who follow. Let me acknowledge a few of my followers online. Sumo Harris, I'm watching. Mo Massa says, Roma says, whoa, good energy. You have Dominic. I'm watching from Cardwell. It's good to have all of you following always. The Local Daily comes on every Thursday and Friday. 10:30 to 11:30 right here on Kia Radio FM 95.9. My name is Princess Kamara. Your usual presenter. It's good to be here. Thanks to all of you. All of you always follow. All of you always call. Those of you who try and you are not fortunate, keep trying. Tomorrow will be better. Until then, do have a blessed Thursday. Bye-bye from my end.